Mike Pence is running for office, sort of, in some ways, but not others. So in the some ways area, he had a town hall with CNN yesterday. It's the sort of thing that you do when you're running for office, but going like seemingly out of your way to protect the guy that you're running against is not generally what you would do if you're seriously running for office. So we're gonna run through a few examples of Mike Pence showing that he has not even like 2 wits of courage to rub together. Take a look at this.
You just spent a lot of time both here and earlier today explaining why you think that the former president did not uphold his oath to the Constitution. So then how can you say that you would support him if he's the nominee?
Well, because I don't think Donald Trump's going to be the nominee
But what if he
in the
is?
Republican Party. I don't think he's going to be the nominee.
But what if he is?
I have great confidence in Republican primary voters.
Yeah, that's the sort of answer you give when you do not think that you have any chance whatsoever and you're not actually trying to become president. Or you're an idiot. And you think that people are gonna buy that sort of presentation. You are being asked an incredibly clear, specific, and seemingly easy to answer question. You say there should be consequences for actions. What are you gonna do? I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to say. I mean, I can't speculate. Maybe I won't even be. That is just such weaselly, cowardly stuff, Trae. I hate it.
Yeah, me too. This is barely related, but I've always thought that Mike Pence looks like a murder pilgrim type, meaning if there was a horror movie set in the Salem witch trials, and you need an evil pilgrim character wearing one of those belt buckle hats. Mike Pence would make perfect casting for that. I just have to. I think that every time he pops up. I also don't know. You mentioned he's not seriously running for office, and I hope that that's true for his sake, because there's no way he's got any kind of chance, right? I mean, the base tried to kill him. I don't think they're gonna vote him into the highest office in the land. That would be quite the 180. So yeah, I don't really know how he expects this to play out. But what are you gonna do?
The one potential reason they would is, well, at least then they'd know where he is. So he'd be an easy target next time around. They know which house he'd be living in, I suppose. But anyway, so she's gonna sort of press. Would you pardon him if he's charged and convicted? You become president. Super easy question to answer when you've previously stated that his actions mean that he shouldn't be president and there should be laws that nobody's outside of. But take a look at his non-answer.
Sir, if Donald Trump is convicted of a crime and you're elected president, would you pardon him?
Well, I don't want to speak about hypotheticals. I'm not sure I'm going to be elected president of the United States. But I believe we have a fighting chance. I really believe we do.
And if you are?
And I would hope, again, Dana, you're as persistent as ever. CNN is living up to its reputation.
Look, I understand that the apparently Pence supporters that they packed the room with thought that that was funny or whatever, but that is embarrassing stuff right there. You're persistent as ever in asking me these super simple questions that I refuse to answer because I refuse to engage in hypotheticals. If you're running for president and you say the sentence, "I refuse to engage in hypotheticals," that only makes sense if the next sentence is, "Oh wait, I'm running for president," and that's a thing that you have to do because it's an incredible amount of power that's gonna be vested in you, and people are gonna wanna know what you do in certain situations. Trae, if he doesn't want to say something and then potentially change his mind, that weak ass thing that he just did is not even what he could have gone in a different direction. He could have said, it's really gonna come down to the specific charges, the specific punishment. It's possible that some charges would merit a pardon and others wouldn't. That's an easy answer. It's a reasonable answer, but he didn't even go for that. He just squirmed awkwardly, refusing to acknowledge the easy question. What do you think?
I mean, I think he obviously knows that, what the actual answer to any of those questions would be. It's like when they did this the first time around with Donald Trump. All of the other people running against him just were all over him the whole time, trying to do the best they could to bring him down, but then they failed. And then after that, they all had to, bend over and kowtow to him and kiss the ring and have been made fun of ever since. But it's just become sort of the norm. It's like what you have to do. And I feel like he knows that he knows he's probably going to end up in that position. So I guess he's trying to prepare for it as much as possible. But like, I don't know why he's even going through the motions of running against him, considering that,
Yeah.
got to have some other motivations for this campaign, but they're beyond me.
Wanting to get out of the house a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, get away from mother.
Hang out with Dana Bash. By the way, he's not going to become president. That's super clear. But let's say he did become president. Do you think that he would pardon Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah. I don't know even where I stand. Like, you're totally right. He's trying to appeal to Trump fans who hate his guts and wish that he had been hanged 2 years ago, which is a weird position to be in when you're running for president. You are trying to avoid further angering them, which on its face sort of makes sense. But bear in mind, you're trying to stop Donald Trump from becoming president. So no amount of caveats are going to get them to accept you. It's the ultimate disloyalty. It doesn't matter what else you do. And like what you say, I again makes sense in that he needs to leave open the possibility of pardoning him so that Trump will like him or whatever. But Trump is never gonna first of all, you're not gonna become president. And if you're not gonna become president, the only reason to run for president, or the biggest reason, would be to get into the administration. But he's not gonna bring Mike Pence back after all this. Right. So what kind of game are we playing?
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like that whole dynamic is like what everybody who runs on the right runs into at this point. Like, so much of the voting block is made up of the MAGA hat trumpet blowing lunatics, right? That they feel like they have to appeal to them. But that's never going to work because you're never going to be him. You're never going to be their actual guy who is still out there being himself. So it's like they try to both be like, oh, I'm a callback to a reasonable era of Republicans, but they know they can't win without the boogity crowd. So they still do all that at the same time. And it just ends up like, being noise, not making any sense.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.